There's nothing. I'll take it. So, normally I start by reminding ourselves what we did last class. We didn't do any physics, and we're not going to do any physics today either, because this is the first presentation that I'm giving to the cloud. So my laptop is live streaming right now to YouTube. So you can see me in real or in HD, whichever one you choose. So that's the first thing. The other thing is that we have about 10 students that are currently not in the country because many foreign students are not allowed into the country or they have to go through quarantine. So that's why we will do offline and online at the same time. Before, it's not a big change because even before, I know it's hard for people, like for everybody to participate, right? We're now 50 people here. But nevertheless, I want to hear what you have to say, right? And so what we used before was a classroom clicker. A clicker was just your cell phone where you would submit your answers or your comments. And so that way you don't have to stand here and say something. I can still hear what your problems are. And so we're going to do the same thing. Fortunately, now there's NTU Cool. And so we're going to try. So people say that can solve all our problems. yet I haven't tried it. So what we're going to do today is we will basically have a mock-up recitation. We'll try, we will see how it works. And if it doesn't work, then we're going to go back to the normal clicker system that I was using successfully for the last 3 years. All right, so that means that today we're not going to have physics again, but that makes sense because recitation will repeat what you are learning like what I'm saying on Tuesdays. Basically, you will repeat on Thursdays. So normally recitations will have a quiz. No, it sounds scary. It's just 3 multiple choice questions about what you read. Then there will be me talking a little bit about problems that might have come up. And the majority of the time will be you solving problems. So I will put a problem here, there, next there. This is my cool computer. I need a third one. Anyways, so I will pose a question, and then I want you to figure it out. And that sounds boring. Also, it sounds like it's you against me, right? Like everybody tries their best, and I'm like, that's wrong. So I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm encouraging. Well, normally it's easier. Normally we just sit together in groups of 3, and you solve it. And then you all 3 submit the same answer, hopefully. I'll be like, that's wrong. And you go back and you're like, I told you, that math is stupid. So that's normally how I try to handle this. So you come prepared, and then we're working on problems. And it's called peer instructions because you basically teach each other. The problem with that is now we have people there. And the other problem is I've never had to talk to 50 students. So we will use NTU Cool to see if we can have online discussions because 50 people, normally we have 30 and it was already getting really noisy. It was twice as many. So I'm worried that there's not enough space for you to sit together and stuff like that. So we'll try online. If it doesn't work, then we go back to online. So today is just a test balloon, right? So my task is to make sure YouTube works. That's not really your problem. Your problem is accessing NTU Cool. Try to use your cell phone. I tried it yesterday, and you can access it pretty easily. But the question is first. I tried it in the middle of the night, right? So no volt. So I'm not sure if it's possible to access it if everybody in the room is accessing it. Second problem is the interface is weird. It only kind of shows you the front page. So I generated a front page so that hopefully you can just sticky. Okay, so this is means I can emulate what you would see. You would see this, right? All right, so you can try clicking on modules, and you'll see that I uploaded the lecture slides for everything. Okay, you don't have to listen to me anymore. You have all the chapters and all the weeks. So remember that what I was saying before is that we would basically switch from mechanics to electromagnetics. So that's where the crossover happens. And so tentatively, I have set the midterm around the beginning of November. We're going to be late or early, so plus minus a week. Possibly. So sometime when we switch from mechanics to electromagnetics, that's when I'm going to quiz everything on mechanics. So somewhere around here, so I left a slot here, but it might change a little bit. I mean, I will announce that, but I want to warn you ahead of time. There will be a midterm once we're done with mechanics. And then we're going to go on. So we're going to go slower with magnetics than we're going with mechanics. Simply because mechanics is something you probably have heard before, a little bit at least. So I want to take the time and then spend more time on the stuff you haven't heard before. So we're going to be going all the way to Christmas, which is not fun, but we'll see. And then the last week is normally the final. So this is the last week of lectures, not the final week. So either we leave 1 week open so that we can prepare, or we have exams during the last week of lectures, so that we're free for the outermost theory exams. Okay, so that was what you can read from the modules. And so every part has PDF, and you can look at it. Currently, it's not annotated. So as I progress, I will make sure that there's more content. There will be more information. I will probably record videos, which is weird because you just have my face on the top of the slide, which is completely not adding any value. But people want to see me. They don't just want to hear me. So anyways, figure that part out. And so, so that's about the modules. The next thing is to prepare for the things that we need in recitation. So the first thing that apparently the chat is not working. I saw some person being online. So we will try a dummy quiz. This is more for me than for you. On the front page, there's a link to a quiz, quiz 0. Also, if you cannot see, there's still seats over here. Especially in this room, it's annoying because there's no second screen. So I would recommend to sit on that wall because then you're closer. People are like, no, it's okay, I can see it. You cannot. But again, you have it online. So if you cannot see it, you can simply look at the cool website. Just does anyone else have problems with the MQ pool, or is it just my computer? So in any case, go do your survey. It's a survey, it's not a quiz. I would like to know where you're from and what kind of physics levels you would assign yourself. Right, so can you access the quiz? The reason is, yes, the reason is that the quiz is locked until 10:30. It is 10:29. I then change that. It works? Not yet?